everybody, my name is Sophia. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be telling you, due to popular demand, things that you do not need to bring to your college dorm. So specifically, I go to Washington State University, so my experience is obviously with that. Don't mind the little incense smoke right here. And I'm joined with my little sister.
Hi, I'm in first grade.
So, mwah. Do you have anything you want to say to people? Okay, so I have some lists written out and we're just gonna look down at those and just list off the obvious ones. But anyway, first off, one that might be a little bit controversial, I would not recommend a mattress pad and a topper just because I feel like the beds were perfectly fine and comfortable. And let's be honest, when are you ever gonna use these things again? And they are a little bit pricey, so just would not recommend. At the very least, just try out the bed for a couple days. If you don't like it, okay, then go ahead and buy it. So number 2, I would highly recommend to not bring duplicate bedding. You only really need one comforter and sheet and pillowcase set. I mean, laundry only takes a couple hours to do and it's just impractical, and these things normally take up a lot of space, right? So number 3, be sure to not bring too many formal dresses, maybe max 2 to 3. Even if you are in a sorority formals only happen maybe once to twice a semester, and you and your girls can always swap dresses. And that's really the only occasion where you would wear a nice formal dress, so maybe only bring a couple of the homecoming dresses that you've acquired over the years. And then going with that, I would also not recommend bringing a lot of super high stiletto heels just because, again, there's not really a place to really wear that. So maybe bring a pair of nudes and a pair of black heels, and probably block heel would be the best. And then also, this might come as a surprise, but I would also not recommend bringing school supplies beyond maybe some loose leaf paper and a pen and some pencils, maybe a couple notebooks at first. But I mean, personally for me, those are all the school supplies that I used. So again, wait this one out. And then going on with that, I would highly recommend against bringing a lot of plates, silverware, and kitchen stuff. I know it's not good for the environment, and some of you guys might yell at me for this, but I just recommend getting a box of disposable forks and a box of plates, and I think you're good to go. You're gonna be eating in the dining hall for the most part, so once you actually get into the dorm room, it's gonna hit home how small the room actually is. The pictures do not do it justice, let me just say that. So with that, I would recommend not getting a whole bunch of room decor unless A, it serves a purpose, or B, if you can hang it on the wall so it's not taking up actual space. But a bunch of little cute knickknacks on the desk is probably not the way to go because it's just gonna get in your way. And then also, I would recommend against bringing all of your skincare and your entire makeup collection. Just bring a few of your favorite pieces that you use every single day and some more fun pieces, but you don't need all of that. Excuse any background noise, I'm living with 5 other people, so there's bound to be noise, but we're just gonna talk on over it and just pray for the best. Next one, so about printers. I know it's pretty much like a 50-50. People bring printers and never use them, and then the other half of people could not live without a printer. Personally, I didn't get one. I know someone that did, and they only used it once, and that was just to print out a formula worksheet for one of their classes. I would take a gauge of how far your dorm is from the library, how much it costs to print pages from your library, and maybe if it's the more cost-effective option, go for the printer, but I would not recommend getting it right off the bat. So going with that, another more controversial thing would be a vacuum cleaner. Of course, if you were to get one, get a very small portable one, not a huge full-sized one. Personally, I only vacuumed my room maybe 2 to 3 times the entire semester, and at least at WSU, my college, you can rent out a vacuum for free. So again, I would wait this one out or maybe check with your residence hall and see if they have vacuums available for rent. And this is an important one. I would highly recommend against getting a laundry basket. Personally, for me, I used one of those big blue IKEA bags for laundry, and it was really nice. It was really practical to carry down to the laundry room. So definitely I would avoid at all costs getting a huge, big physical laundry basket because that's just gonna be very inconvenient to move it in and out of the dorm, and it's gonna take up a lot of space. I would also advise against bulky luggage, especially if you're going to an in-state school and you're not necessarily flying. Bulky luggage, obviously, it just takes up a lot of space and it's not gonna look nice in the dorm either. So if you can, I would highly recommend getting one of these huge, big plastic storage containers, and you can just slip those under the bed and they can hold a lot of your things that you're gonna actively be using. So I know that at least at my college, we have to pay for bed risers if we want them, and they really aren't doing you any favors. They're about probably this tall, maybe 3 to 4 inches max. So I feel like you're not really getting any height, and they're just gonna be a pain in the ass to put on and take off at the end of the semester. I just personally don't see the point, and nobody that I know opted to rent the bed risers either. So for those of you that are living in a suite style dorm or are kind of like the hangout dorm of your friend group, maybe don't listen to me on this one, but I would not bring a futon or ottoman or any of those little cutesy furniture items where you sit on the floor, like one of those floor cushion sort of things. I'll insert pictures of what I'm talking about. Again, takes up space, bulky, probably gonna get really, really dirty, and there's no real way for you to wash it while you're at college. And then also, quick tip for you guys, I wouldn't bring a plastic shower caddy just because it's bulky, it's big, it's gonna start to smell and get all nasty. I would just get one of these nice little fabric totes that are meant for the beach or whatnot, because after your freshman year of college, when you're living in an apartment or a house or whatever, you can still use the tote, while as you're not really going to be using a plastic shower caddy much longer. Next up, if you're into any sort of artistic hobby, like a crafting sort of hobby, like painting, embroidery, whatever it may be, I would recommend do not bring those supplies to make these things. And that's a huge bummer, because that's something that I'm personally very much so into. But to be honest with you, you're really not going to have enough time, and it's going to be a big hassle to move these things around back and forth from your actual home and then college. Next thing on my list is multiple bath towels, especially, I'm gonna be honest, white towels. And ladies, it's not for the reason that you think. So basically, at least at my university, Washington State, the washers and dryers aren't the cleanest. So pretty much if you wash anything, even if you use bleach, it's gonna come out with a tinge of gray to it. So just avoid the white towels altogether, and you only need probably max 2 bath towels. I would honestly recommend just 1 bath towel and a bathrobe. Next up again would be plants. I know that we all love that plant mom life, but it's not the most realistic, and it's gonna be a really crappy situation when you have this nice cute little potted plant that you cared for the entire semester, but you're going home for the summer and you can't really bring a little plant on an airplane or on maybe like a 12-hour road trip to get back home. So I'd recommend not getting a real plant. Maybe if you really want that aesthetic, go for fake plants for sure. And then next up on the list would be a microwave. Again, I know unpopular, but just hear me out. So at least I know that in my dorm, every single floor and pretty much every residence hall building, they had a kitchen for that entire hall. So it's very accessible. You only have to walk maybe 10 feet to access the microwave. Or at least at my university, you can also rent a microwave as well as a mini fridge. So at the very least, if you don't want to walk down the hall every time you want to microwave something, opt to rent the microwave as opposed to buying it. And then again, kind of on that same token, I would not get a trash can. I know that at my university, they provided us with 2 trash cans. They're of course mini size, but that's really all you need. 2 mini trash cans and a recycling bin. So I wouldn't hurry out to buy my own trash can, especially not any big one. Next up, don't bring all of your hair tools. So if you use your curling iron every day or at least weekly, I would recommend bringing it. But if you only use your curling iron for special occasions, leave it at home. I'm sure at least one of the girls in your hall will have one, and you really don't need a curling iron to take up extra space. So next up, I know that at least I always really wanted this for my dorm, but it just was really impractical, and I'm glad that I did not go out and spend my money on this, but I would not buy a headboard to college. They're super, super cute, but it's just really not it. And unless you plan on having a twin XL bed for at least a couple years after you move out of the dorms, I would not get a headboard. Okay, so this next one is kind of more on the clothing side, and let me know if you guys would want to see a what clothes to bring to college type of video, because I would love to do that. So next up, I would recommend against bringing multiple purses. You only really need 2. I would bring like a small handbag where you wear out to dates or whatever, like cute little brunch dates with your girlfriends, and 1 big more tote style bag for overnight stays or whatever it may be. So we are making our way towards the end of the list, but I would also recommend against buying and bringing a bedside table or a nightstand. Chances are your bed is going to be way too high for you to comfortably access the nightstand. And at least for me, what I did was I had my desk right up against my bed, so that kind of acted as a nightstand. And of course, unless you live kind of closer to your university, I think it would just be a big hassle to move in and out of your dorm as well. So I know a lot of people, myself included, that just bought a whole bunch of toiletries and kind of more household cleaning items that you didn't end up actually using because the university provided it for free. One of these would be hand soap. Again, unless you have a private bath in your dorm, which if so, I'm insanely jealous. Obviously, then you would bring your own hand soap, but it's just something that you don't really need in most dorms because you have the communal bathrooms anyway, and that's really the only place where you can even wash your hands. Again, going with this, don't bring any bleach or laundry detergent. I mean, at least at my university, they provided it for you in the laundry room, and it's just, you really don't need it. Now I have like 3 tubs of detergent just sitting in a storage unit that I ended up never using. Wait it out, wait and see if your university provides these things. If not, Amazon them to you. I highly doubt that you're gonna be doing laundry on move-in day, so you're good if you wait. Next on the list is an alarm clock, and I know that they're super, super cute, but let's be honest, you're just gonna use your phone instead. I already know. But if you really are dead set on it, go ahead. It is cute and functional, so. And then also I have lint rollers. I know that my parents made me bring like 3 lint rollers and I just never ended up really using them. So if that's something that you're really dead set on, go ahead, but I just don't think it was necessary. I never used mine. So last but not least are curtains. And I feel like this is a big one because a lot of people get very, very passionate in their what to bring to college YouTube videos about curtains. But I mean, all the residence halls at my university, they have curtains and they attach the curtains to the rod in a certain way where you really can't take it down and swap them out even if you wanted to. So of course, check to see if your dorm already has curtains. I'm sure you can easily find out on their website. But definitely if they do not come with curtains, for sure, please bring your own. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm not sure if you can hear my little sister laughing at me from all the way upstairs in her room. You might hear a cackle or 2 throughout the video. But yeah, I hope you found it as interesting and humorous as her. Thanks, Nat. Anyway, I'm just kidding. So thanks for watching to the end of this video. Let me know any specific WSU related questions that you have in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. And again, let me know if you would like to see a college clothing essentials type of video because I would love to make one.